Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you at. What up, my cadets? What's good? What's jumping? What's bumping? What's thumping? What's up, y'all? What's real? Tell me something. I need to know. Do it in the comments. Do it in the comments. Yesterday, I got a new challenge coming. My husband showed me this video of this woman drinking juice out of, she call it the big straw, but it's really a toilet paper roll. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do it probably later on today. I'm gonna do it for y'all. But yeah, that's not why I came on this video. Really, I came on this video, y'all. I saw Molly Brazy yesterday, y'all. I saw Molly Brazy at the store, and it was like, it was messed up. I should have been recording. I wasn't recording my video. I wasn't even vlogging or nothing, y'all. I was just chilling with my husband and his two girls. And she was standing outside of the store. Because we went to the store, like, for 2 days. Or, like, yeah, for 2 days, we've been talking about going to the store to get towels. Because we staying in a hotel right now, y'all. If y'all know anything about staying in a hotel, y'all know you get 2 towels, 2 washcloths, and you done. Especially at a weekly one, because they don't come every day to clean it up or whatever. So we was like, we're gonna go buy another towel. So but we kept putting it off, like, it'll work, we good, whatever, with the towel, whatever, blah blah blah. So we had randomly just talked about it, randomly pulled up to the freaking Walmart, and she was standing out in Walmart like her and her friend. She had her little dog with her, and her dog was so cute, y'all. I love animals. I love animals. So the first thing I saw when she was standing out of the store, I was like, oh, look at that cute dog. He had stopped because he was gonna let me in the store, and it was packed, y'all. So he was gonna ride around the parking lot and park or whatever and just drop me off at the store. So I was looking at the dog. I was like, oh, that dog's so cute. And then I looked, y'all, and I was like, I know her, because I used to, like, on my other Instagram, I had to follow her on my new one, but on my other Instagram, I follow her, and, like, I love her music. I really like her music, but I used to get on her lives. Like, the last live I remember getting on with her, she was getting her tattoo, and her hair was the same. She had the blonde wig on, and she was getting a tattoo on her face by her boyfriend or whatever. And I was in the comments on her live, and she was responding back to it. Like, she responded back to some people, because everybody knows some people be commenting dumb on people's lives. I don't do that. I really be trying to have a conversation with them. And she was commenting back. She was, like, responding back to me or whatever. So when I seen her outside the store, I was like, oh my God, I know her. Who is that? And then Bae was looking too, like, yeah, who is that? And because I play her with Bae, and he be trying to roast me, like, y'all, he be trying to roast me because I like Molly Brazy, y'all. But anyways, so he looked, and I was like, oh, I was like, that's Molly Brazy. I was like, oh my God, I blew up the spot. I know she was like, bruh, like, damn, I can't go nowhere. But she smiled at me, and she was like, she said hi. I was like, can I get a picture? I was like, where's the phone? Can I get a picture? And she was like, no, I'm sorry, no pictures right now. But I know it's because her hair won't done. But she's just a regular day. Like, people, artists and stuff, they have regular days, y'all. They shop at Walmart, Target, Sears, Ross. They do regular people shit. So her hair won't done, I guess, or she didn't look like she was feeling too good, like she was in the mood. So I was just like, you know, I was like, okay, I understand. I told her her dog was so cute, and she was just smiling, y'all. She is so little and cute. Like, Molly Brazy is so little and cute. So I went, like, after I got out the store, I was so excited. The Walmart was packed, y'all. I didn't even get to get the towel, but I was walking around the store, like, I was so geeked. Like, I was just so happy I saw Molly Brazy, y'all, for real. But that's the second celebrity I saw in Georgia, because I also saw and I always say his name, I can't think about it. He on Wildin' Out. The funny one on Wildin' Out. Not DC Young Fly. Start with a C. And I want to say coronavirus so bad, but that is not his name. What is his name? Carlos Miller. Yeah, I saw Carlos Miller when I was at the mall. And then I saw him again at the gas station. But I got a picture of him when I was at the mall. That was fun. He's funny. But Molly Brazy, y'all, she's so short. I'm tall, so. But she's so short. It's so cute. Like, oh my gosh. Like, she looked like she could be in an Avengers movie, y'all. She had on a leather jacket. Like, she was just looking so cute. And I was just like, oh my God. I can't believe I saw her. But that was really dope. That was a dope experience, even though I didn't, and I had my journal with me. I could have got an autograph or something. I don't know. But, that was just dope that I saw her. And so I follow her on my new Instagram account. So when she go live, I'm going to comment. I'll be like, I remember when I saw you. I never let that day down, girl. Yes. She's in Atlanta. I would hope, y'all. That would be so freaking dope. That would be so freaking cool if I could get a freaking feature with her, do a video with her or something. She is here in Atlanta. And don't go looking for her, blowing up her spot. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't like me, big, like me, big. What's up? Alright, okay. So, yeah. But other than that, I'm chilling, y'all. Like I said, when I get to the house, I'll do that challenge for y'all. I mean, we don't have any toilet paper that we already finished using, because I be throwing the rolls away. But I think I could take it out of the toilet paper and then do it. But I gotta have some juice. Oh, I have some. I had went and got I had this morning, my husband had asked me if I wanted a snack, and I told him no, I didn't want a snack. So I had got some juice. I got a watermelon Arizona, and then I put it in my vitamin water bottle. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just get a cup or something and put the juice in there and then try to do it. Y'all, I'm still trying to read this book, The Girl I Used to Be. I'm still trying to read this book. I started it the other day and it was good, but it started off so different. Like the prologue. Usually, y'all, when I get a book, I don't read the prologue. Okay, don't judge a book by its cover. I don't judge a book by its cover. But I read the back of the book, like the summary. So I read the summary and then I go to the first chapter of the book and I start there. And then most of the time when I have a good book, the first chapter be so good I forget to go back to the prologue. But the prologue of the book is basically the backstory. So if you read the back of the book, the summary, that's the issues that's going on in the actual book. But the prologue is the before, like you ever seen a movie and it have flashbacks in it? That's basically what the prologue is, the flashback. So I'm gonna read y'all the prologue of the book, and then if y'all like it, y'all can comment and tell me if y'all want me to do a review on the book, or do you want me to keep reading like inserts of the book and then do how do book reviews go? I've never been to a book club, or in school when we had to read books, like we would have to read the book and we would do questions on it, and then in class we would have a open discussion about the questions. But since I'm doing this by myself, I don't have any questions, because that would require me to read the whole book and then tell y'all to go buy the book, and then, you know. But I'm gonna read the prologue and y'all tell me if this is a book that y'all want me to do a book review on. Like, if you like the prologue and you want me to tell you if the whole book was good and then you can go buy the book yourself, then that's how we're gonna do it. So the prologue starts off 15 years ago, Thursday, August 15th. When I think of that night, I remember the heat, clammy and intense on my skin, and the sense of feverish excitement in the air. I think of the taxi ride to the party with my friend Lauren, her body soft and scented against mine as we sat crushed into the back seat with her boyfriend Tom. The radio was on, the windows were open, and London Calling started to play. I remember the urge of happiness I felt then. I had just been accepted by London University and would be there within a month. Whenever I hear that song now, it takes me straight back to there, to that taxi ride to Alex's house. It's as though I am that girl, the girl I used to be. But I'm not. I can feel the sandals I was wearing as though I'm wearing them now. I could hardly walk in them. I wore them that night for the first time, and within an hour I had blisters. I remember the feel of my dress, its soft cotton brushing my skin. When I close my eyes, I can feel the breeze lifting my hair. I can smell the perfume. Y'all, I don't like my voice, especially when I'm reading. Okay. I can smell the perfume I wore, the taste of the lip gloss on my mouth. But always, always, when I think of that night, I think of Alex. It was mid-August, the summer we were 18, and over 300 of us from school were going to celebrate our exam results at Alex Clark's party. Lauren and I had gotten ready together at her house, and I sneaked in the little pink dress that I'd brought with money I was supposed to be saving for university. Ooh, excuse me. We were tan from the summer sun. Each day we worked until mid-afternoon at the cafe in our local town. And then we strip off our sweaty nylon overalls, pull on our shorts, and spend the rest of the day at the beach. That afternoon, we spent an hour or so topping up our tans before going back to her house to get ready for the night ahead. This was the start of the rest of our lives, we told each other. We wanted to look different, like we were ready for our new lives away from home. We had a few drinks before we went to the party. Lauren's mom, when I read books, it's so funny, they put M-U-M, came into her room with a bottle of champagne to celebrate our results and insisted on refilling our glasses whenever they were empty. We didn't tell her we'd already had tequila shots. Lauren had more to drink than I did, but she always did back then. As soon as I was 17, I passed my driving test, and my dad bought me a runaround so that I didn't have to ask him for lifts. I loved driving and was happy to have soft drinks and ferry everyone around. I suppose that's why it hit me so hard that night. It was a Thursday in the middle of August, and we had to go to the school office first thing that morning to get our results. We felt they were life or death. If they were what we needed, doors would be open to the top universities, the best courses, and a life full of promise. Just a grade down and we'd be screwed. The lives we'd hoped for just wouldn't happen, or so we thought. And while we knew we'd been told often enough that everything would work out no matter what, that our universities were still good, we were young enough to believe that no, actually things wouldn't be okay. We all knew people who'd failed to get into their first choice university, who talked about it for years later. But that wasn't our fate that summer. It was a stellar year. Everyone seemed to get the results they needed to do what they wanted to do. It was exhilarating. The way we opened our envelopes and screamed one after the other. And I remember Alex and his friends, all of them bound for Oxford and Cambridge, trying to hide their elation behind cool exteriors. They were fooling no one. They seen themselves as separate from the rest of us. They knew they were different, and now they were proven to be right. Or that was how I saw it then. I didn't even know him. I'd only spoken to him once, but that was the impression he and his friends gave. Lauren and I were standing behind their group that morning in the queue for the exam results, and overheard his friend Theo ask, "The party's on, the party's on then." Alex nodded. "Spread the word around. People from here only know one knows." I nudged Lauren and she giggled. We'd been looking forward to it for months and had everything planned right down to the nail varnish we'd wear on our toes. The local press was there in full force that morning, prearranged by the school, and there were photos taken of us all, grouped into sets. Our expressions happy and free. Our teachers stood with us, their faces so tan and relaxed I could hardly recognize them. The relief among all of us was palpable. Alex's house was in the middle of the countryside, 10 miles out of town. We'd guessed it would be bigger, more expensive, but the scale of it surprised us. It was a detached house set in pristine landscape gardens on the edge of the village. There were no near neighbors. Their garden was surrounded by fields, beyond which we caught glimpses of the river. He and Theo were standing at the front door when he arrived, making sure that they knew us all. There'd been stories in the news that summer about parties where crowds and gate crashed and the police had to be called. It was obvious from the way he checked everyone as they walked up the driveway that he was on guard for that. "Hi," he said. "Come on in." Behind Alex was Jack Howard, one of his friends who was taking photos of everyone as they went into the house. We'd known for a long time that he had a crush on Lauren, and when he saw us, he blushed and busied himself with his camera. She slung her arms around Tom, and me, and we posed there on the doorstep, giddy and excited at the thought of the night ahead. After Tom went through the front door, she turned and blew a kiss at Jack and turned to wink at me. Whenever I think of Lauren, I think of us giggling. Just about anything could make us laugh. When Alex greeted us, we giggled and nudged each other and went through the large hallway in the kitchen at the back of the house. It was full of food and alcohol. People had gone overboard and brought spirits of crates of beer and armfuls of wine bottles. I heard Jack say that Alex's parents were away on a holiday. They'd agreed that if he got top grades, which meant he'd be accepted by Oxford, and if he paid for a deep clean afterward, he could have a party there to celebrate. They would be back a few days later and didn't want to see a sign there'd even been a party. That was a bit optimistic, I thought. Everyone in our year was invited to the party, and most were there. There were so many I only knew by sight, but we were all on such a high that pretty soon we were kissing everyone and anyone, congratulating people we barely knew, just grateful that we'd done well and were going to have a chance to get away. You'd think we were living in some sort of hellhole the way we carried on, as though our only chance of a good life was to leave behind the one we had. Lauren and I had done well, Tom too. We were all off in a month's time to different universities. She and I had been friends since nursery school, and it would be almost the first time Lauren and Tom would spend more than 24 hours apart in the 2 years they'd known him. I thought our friendship would last the separation, and I guess she'd stay with Tom too. There was an ease about them that I envied. That night, their arms were... Y'all, I totally just lost where I was. Like, the words just ran away off the page. Hold on. Tom's... I thought our friendship would last separation. Guess she'd stay with Tom too. There was an ease about them that I envied. That night, their arms were entwined, and I noticed when she kissed a friend, she'd aligned herself with Tom, as though they were one person, so they embraced the friend together. I drank so much that night, all of us did. It was the first time we'd all been together like that, and we knew it would be the last time, too. Despite that people didn't seem drunk, not really. Nobody was staggering or falling, and apart from my friend Lizzie, who was sick into an ornamental bay tree on the patio before it was even dark, nobody was ill. We were all outside, and then the music was turned up and everyone was dancing. I lost Lauren and Tom somewhere along the way. When I saw her later, her dress was buttoned up wrongly and she had a fresh love bite on her neck. She was telling someone she hadn't ever spoken to before that she would always miss them. Then all of a sudden, past midnight, it hit me. I realized I was more drunk than I'd ever been. I'd been drinking more and more as the night went on, and most of it was a pinch from a huge bowl that one of Alex's friends had been in charge of. God knew what had been in it. There were bottles of every spirit and liquor you could think of lying around, and it was sure that most had ended up in that bowl. Lauren and Tom were lying in a hammock nearby then, and when I turned to them clinging on to the back of a garden chair for support, she smiled lazily and closed her eyes. I knew she wouldn't want to go home yet. I was staying at her house that night, and we were sharing a taxi. Her mom had promised to leave the money next to the front door and the key under the doormat so that we didn't have to take our handbags with us. My heart sank. It could be hours before Lauren wanted to go home. I started to walk back toward the house and staggered, falling into a bush. I didn't mind. I thought it was funny. One of the girls from school yanked me back up again and asked if it was all right. I nodded. I don't think I could have spoken if I'd wanted to. When I reached the house, I was suddenly desperate for the toilet. There were several portable toilets at the bottom of the garden, but I didn't think there was a chance I reached them in time. I searched for a cloakroom inside of the house and found a door under the stairs, which I thought was probably what I wanted. When I tried to open it, I heard a boy laugh. Excuse me. Coronavirus! I need some hand sanitizer. Okay, let me stop playing, y'all. I realized what was going on. I gave a deep sigh, knowing there was no point in waiting, and went further into the house. I could hardly see by then, and I was smiling at just about everyone. The mood was high, voices were loud, everyone was happy. At the foot of the stairs, there were a couple of chairs with a note telling people to keep out. I couldn't wait by then, though, so I squeezed past them and found a bathroom just at the top of the stairs. I stumbled in and sat down so fast I nearly dislodged the toilet seat. I found that funny and wondered just what was in that punch. I wasn't so drunk that I didn't wash my hands, though. I saw that my face was flushed in the bathroom mirror. My eyes were blurry and half closed. I knew I'd suffer the next day. I would have even if I stopped after the champagne and the tequila shots at Lauren's house. I remember grimacing as I thought of the headache I'd have. The following afternoon, I was going on a holiday to France for 2 weeks with my family, and I was dreading the long car journey with the hangover. As I turned from the basin, I slipped in a towel someone had left on the bathroom floor. I probably should have picked it up, but I realized pretty quickly that if I bent down, I would fall. I doubted I'd be able to get myself back up if that happened, so I kicked the towel to one side and opened the bathroom door. It was quiet upstairs, though. I could hear the sounds of the party continuing downstairs and out of the garden. I tripped at the top of the stairs and grabbed the hard rail. I didn't think I'd make it down there without falling. My head was spinning by then, and I had a sudden vision of myself hurtling headfirst down the stairs. I bucked away from the staircase and stumbled back into a door. It opened behind me. A lamp was lit next to the double bed. From the hockey stick propped up against the wall, I realized it must be Alex's room. He played for the school team. The only time I'd spoken to him was when he dropped his kit when he was hurrying to get to a match. Posters from the Gallisberry Music Festival had gone to that summer were on his bedroom wall. I'd known he was going to it just after the exams ended. Lauren had heard him talking to Theo about it when they were all queuing up to leave the hall after their last exam. A local band, The Coral, was playing at the Glassberry that year, and Alex wore their t-shirt at the party. A drum kit was in the corner of the room next to a guitar and a huge amp. I remember wondering whether he was any good, and thinking he wouldn't play if he wasn't. I sat down on the bed. Suddenly I was weary. I just wanted to sleep. My head was spinning and everything was blurred. I couldn't summon up the energy to go back downstairs, and I knew that when I did, Lauren would want to stay longer and she wouldn't want to spend time with me. Only that night, she said that she and Tom had just 3 weeks left and they were going to spend every single minute together. So I lay down. The bed was so soft, its covers clean and fragrant. It smelled like my own bed when the linen had just got changed. I loved the scent of clean sheets, and I knew Alex wouldn't know I'd been here. He was a pretty boy. He'd be outside until dawn. My head relaxed onto his pillow. I had a fleeting thought that my makeup would be all over the pillowcase, but I couldn't care about that then. The door was half open, and I knew that Lauren would come to find me. She'd know I hadn't gone home. How could I? I had no money on me, and I wasn't going to go back to my house as drunk as this. The bedside lamp cast a soft glow over the room, and the light from the lamps on the landing flooded the entrance to the room. She'll see me here, I thought. She'll tell me when it's time to go home. I turned to face away from the lamp. I've never liked to sleep with the light shining on my face. As I turned, I felt my dress ride up, and I made a half-hearted attempt to pull it down. As I turned, it rose up again. I tugged it again. The scent of the pillow and the alcohol and the bloodstream and the lateness of the hour and the fact that I'd been awake until dawn that morning, worrying about my exam results, meant that when I turned back, my head buried in the pillow, I relaxed completely. I remember sighing as I slipped into sleep. It had been a great night, a really great night. I wonder what happened. I'm going to keep reading. Present day, Friday, June 16th. Make sure you like this video, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to hear more from this book, or if you want me to just do a book review, let me know in the comments. But I'm about to read more. When I saw him for the first time, I didn't think he'd be trouble. He was tall and broad-built like a rugby player. Nice enough, I suppose, but not the kind of man you'd necessarily look twice at in the street. At first glance, he looked harmless enough. That's how men like him operate, I suppose. I saw him that morning looking at the advertising boards in the window of the estate agency I owned, but didn't take a lot of notice at first. Over the course of the day, maybe 100 or so people will look at the boards, trying to decide which house they'd buy if they had the chance. And I quickly learned that an expression of interest did not mean a sale. He looked for a while, moving from cheapest houses to the most expensive. I remember idly wondering what he was looking for. When he did come in, he hung about in the doorway as though he were waiting for someone. I glanced around and saw that Rachel, our sales negotiator, was a photocopier, and Brian, our lettings manager, was busy with a tenant. Usually we leave clients to look around, but he seemed uncertain, so I caught his eye and smiled. "Good morning," I said. "Can I help you with anything?" "I'm David Sunderson," he said, "coming to sit at my desk. I have an appointment." "Oh, yes," I said, flustered. He was an hour earlier than I'd expected, and I planned to run out to meet my friend Grace for coffee for a half an hour. "Hi, I'm Gimme Borgen." He shook hands. "Just a moment, I'll call up your details." While I did that, I surreptitiously surreptitiously sent Grace a quick email. Sorry, can't meet another day. So you're looking for somewhere in the city center, I said. I can see you've selected a number you like for the look of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to read this later when I can get more into it, because there's a lot of speaking parts. Hold on, I have to start over. Don't judge me. This is how I read when I'm by myself. If I don't understand what they're talking about, I have to read it over. Good morning, I said. Can I help you with anything? I'm David Sanderson, he said, coming to sit at my desk. I have an appointment. Good morning. Good morning, I said. Can I help you with anything? I'm David Sanderson, he said, coming to sit at my desk. I have an appointment. Oh, yes, I said, flustered. No. Good morning, I said. Can I help you with anything? I'm David Sanderson, he said, coming to sit at my desk. I have an appointment. Oh, yes, I said, flustered. He was an hour earlier than I'd expected, and I planned to run out to meet my friend Grace for coffee for half an hour. Hi, I'm Jima Brogan. We shook blah, blah. It's so many speaking roles back to back, y'all, and I have to get it right because I'm not gonna know what they're talking about. I'm gonna miss this whole section of this book. Good morning, I said. Can I help you with anything? I'm David Sanderson, he said, coming to sit at my desk. I have an appointment. Oh, yes, I said, flustered. He was an hour earlier than I'd expected, and I'd planned to run out to meet my friend Grace for coffee for half an hour. Hi, I'm Jima Brogan. We shook hands. Just a moment. Hi, I'm Jima Brogan. We shook hands. Just a moment. I'll call up your details. While I did that, I surreptitiously sent Grace a quick email. Sorry, can't meet another day. So you're looking for somewhere in the city center, I said. I can see you've selected a number you like for the look. No. So you're looking for somewhere in the city center, I said. I can see you've selected a number you like the look of. I can see you've selected a number you like the look of. I'm still not sure whether to go for an apartment or a house, he said. He smiled, then a great smile. He smiled then, a great smile that made his face light up. It transformed him from someone you wouldn't really notice to someone you definitely remembered. I couldn't help but smile back. I'm not sure if I'm ready for a house. I'd rather be near some bars and a gym. Will you be buying on your own? I could see Sophie, our junior administrator, who was always on the lookout for a boyfriend. Give a sidelong look at Rachel. I could tell from the way they both became very still that they were waiting for his answer. Yes, I'm single, he said. I'm just looking for somewhere for myself. I reckon he was around my age in his mid-30s. Now that he was at ease and smiling, it was hard to